Hey action figure fans, it's me, Justin, the Action Figure Minute, and today we're back and we're looking at brand new, hot off the truck, Mythic Legion's Silver Knight 2. I know other people beat me to this, I take my time, I get to them when I get to them, but we've got the Silver Knight 2, more silver than silver, Silver Knight 2. And this is quite an upgrade, and I got a couple of them. I got 4 because I got them, I think they were a good price. I can't remember why I ordered 4, but I got 4. And I have the original Silver Knight Legion Builder 2 that William Robert Post of My Action Figure Customs actually sent me for being a good customer. We had a talk. He asked me what I liked, what I didn't like, so things. It was just a thank you from him to me. So I'll grab that. I see him up there right now up on the shelf. I'll grab him so we could do a side-by-side comparison here in a bit after we get to opening up this figure. Before we do that, however, let's read the bio on the Silver Knight 2. And let me put on my readers because it's getting smaller and smaller, it feels like. I know Jeremy Gerard's putting more and more, it seems like, all the time into these bios. But here we are, reading it cold. The forces of Etheros. Let's try it again. The forces of Etheros are most commonly known for the Order of the Templar Knights, the Holy Paladins, and the Battle Clerics who fight in the name of the Crowned Eagle. Yet it is the vast ranks of Silver Knights who make up the front lines of the Order of Etheron's army. Fearless soldiers who have taken a sacred oath to protect the realm, they are the first line of defense against the undead horrors pouring forth from the House of Blessed Bone. So there we have it. Bio for Silver Knight 2. And let's get to opening them. And while I'm opening, because I am an opener, I open up darn near everything. If you haven't done so yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe, comment, share button. Greatly appreciate it. Still growing the channel. Going to start doing a lot more long form videos, help getting time up, algorithms, and all those sorts of things. So first accessory taken out of the package here is something some of you might recognize. This is Four Horsemen Studio logo, if you will, done in a overlay for the shields now. These newer shields that they're doing. So it's a big honking piece of plastic, a big overlay that you could have here. There we go, grabbing it so my fingers aren't in the way, and you can take a look at all the sculpture details that are on there. And then we've got the new shield as well. And we've seen this style of shield before with several of the newer figures and that have their faction overlays over the top of the shield. And what we could do is we can pop this centerpiece out, which we'll do, and put the Four Horsemen logo on the top. This figure comes with 2 plumes. They're both red with a real dark wash. So this one, I believe, is more similar to the original plumes that we got all the way back with the original Kickstarter of Mythic Legions. And then we have this newer one where the plume is more spread, big individual feathers rather than one large clump. And I think we saw this on Sir Adalric, maybe. But really neat way to differentiate the plumes on your knights. He comes with not 1, but 2 shield clips. For those of you that want the handled style clips for the shield, or the C-clip style for the shield. Now, I believe a lot of people, for these larger shields, especially with these big heavy overlays, they prefer the C-clip style shield because it helps support it. We'll see how it goes on this guy. And then it looks like popped out of the tray, we've got his shoulder armor. Pretty standard, kind of scalloped, if you will, in terms of the sculpt. I believe this is one of the newer sculpts of shoulder armor. All right, take out his bio. And last but not least, in the accessory tray, we've got his flip up, flip down face visor, which has all sorts of slits in it so you can see through the shield visor. Moving that aside, the figure itself in his tray, he comes with 2 extra hands, swappable hands, and these are horizontally hinged weapon holding hands. So it looks like he must come with vertically hinged hands packed out on the figure. we've got this very large lance, and I'm not seeing, there it is. It's at the bottom of the package here. At the end of this lance spear, here's the tip that you put on it. So these are swappable if you have other pieces that you want to use from the line, other weapons, but here we go. Big old long jousting spear with the newer tip, newer point. We've got his sword and sheath. And it looks nice sword and sheath action. Sheath of deep brown and gold on the handle of the sword and the pommel and the hilt. And all those words I'm trying to learn for swordsmanship. And then last but not least, let's get this figure out of the package here. He's twist tied in here, a couple twist ties. We'll get that action figure ASMR noise going. And let's break him out. There we go. And he's out. Put our plastic aside to recycle. And we've got our first look here now at the Silver Knight 2. He's got one of these newer style belts on him, dark brown, painted rivets on it. And we'll notice also he comes with a visor on him. So what's the differences between these visors? Let's look here. It comes to a big point. So the other one's more of just a rounded, but this one's more pronounced. Comes to a very long point in the front, and then we can flip it up and flip it down. And we can easily swap that. They just peg right into the helmet. Go ahead and do that. And let's put on the next one as well. There we are. Just pegs right in, and we swapped it. And it really changes the look. So if you did buy several of these, that's just one of the many ways that you can customize it. Another one, like we talked about earlier, is the plumes. You can put this old school bunched plume on his head, or we could do the newer style as well. There we are. And make him look like he's out ready to party. His feathers are all up in there, calling all the females. Come on, let's go. All right, let's take this faceplate off real quick. And we can see his dark skin tone in his face. Now, this is one of the newer Mythic Legions figures where you can actually pop, which we saw in the Necronominus wave with several of the knights. You can pop this overlay off. Now he kind of looks like RoboCop. Let's take this plume off. With the overlay off, he kind of looks like RoboCop or a Silverhawk, all right? But then we can also now do a face off like Nicolas Cage. I want his face off. And we can see what's underneath there. So if you have a bunch of other faces, or if customizers start making these, I imagine they will start making face plates at some point. Or if you have the skeletal faceplate that came with several of the Necronominus figures, I believe also that some of the new Cosmic Legions figures from the new wave that's going to be coming out utilize this faceplate feature as well. So you could take a faceplate from a Cosmic figure as well, I'm pretty sure, check on me, but then swap it as well. So you could take this head and swap it over to Cosmic, take the Cosmic head, swap it over to Mythic, etc. And then just buy a million bajillion figures and just keep swapping faces so you have them everywhere. All right, let's go ahead. Let's put this back on. He doesn't look like RoboCop as much anymore. He comes with the torso of the Red Shield soldier we saw all the way back when. And then I believe this Silver Knight features, let's see, looks like he features the sculpting that's kind of a newer sculpt. And he can kind of, I think this is where they've gotten the newer points of articulation in that we're going to start seeing on newer figures. So he can hit those double arm poses because he has deeper cuts, I believe, in his elbow articulation. So you can see here, he could two-hand a sword the way I put his hands together. And then we also have these upgraded legs. So we can see articulation goes about that far back with his knee kick. Splits all the way out if you want your knight doing the splits. And let's do his shoulders as well. He can hit that T-pose. And he's got the single jointed elbows. But like I said, it does have that, and then his arms can go all the way around. But the single pose, he does have that added range of motion so he can get that deeper bend in his elbow. So it's more than, you can see, more than 90 degrees. There we go. You can, his torso is on a ball joint, so you can do pivots, back, forth, up, down, side to side. And let's see here, what else didn't we talk about? He's got a hinge at his knee, and he can also twist at the knee, and a rocker at the ankle with a front-facing pin for toe pivots. So a lot of standard that we've seen, new, I should say new, he's got on this new neck. Let's pop off the head. They've started putting these new neck joints in as well, which has a hinge on the neck joint. There we go, now you can see it. A hinge so we can, you know, look up, down more. Added range of motion there. So we can make him look way up. Look at that. Okay, so gone over range of motion and everything. Let's go ahead and see if we can pop this shield out as well. So we're just pushing from the back and it came right out, easy peasy. And then we're taking the horse head and replacing that center of the shield. Now we've got the horse head on the shield, and that looks badass on there. The gold to the silver looks really cool. Let's try the handled style shield handle, if you will. And I always like to put it in the figure's hands first. This way, for me, it seems like it's less chance of breaking that little peg on the back there. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's see how the weight holds. And it looks like, I mean, you know, I just put it on there, but and his faceplate fell off, but it's holding pretty well. But the nice thing is you have your choice. Do it your way. Do you want to use the handle or the C-clip when using these style shields? And maybe you need it for another figure, and it's just added extra bonus that the people at Four Horsemen Studios have done for us here. Let's go ahead and just kit him up again. I'll take this offline. I'm going to go ahead and accessorize him, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I got him geared up here. He's holding this new spear. He's got his shield, has his sword in his belt loop, his sheath in his belt loop. He's got a sword there. Got his shoulder armor on, his big plume showing, hey ladies, I'm here. Come check me out. Cash me outside. We can go ahead and flip up his visor. I got the pointy visor on just because I feel like it's more unique to my collection that I have. And let's go ahead and hold his spear up like that. There we are. And let's go ahead and drop his spear and take his sword out. And I just have his horizontal hinged hands in right now. I could put his weapon holding, you know, vertical hinged hand so he can kind of pose, if you will, if you wanted him to do that. But he could do it a little bit better if I had that vertically hinged hand on here. I don't right now, but let's go ahead and just do it. Why do I just keep talking about it? Just do it real quick. Geez, we can get a pop action. We can hear how that sounds. Let's see if it comes out. There we go. All right. And also you could see I didn't heat this guy up at all when doing anything, even during the commercial break. I didn't heat it up. He's been sitting in my house for a while. It's not the dead of winter. I know how to handle these toys. All right, there we go. Yo, for Etheron! All right. One thing I forgot I wanted to do, let me pause this real quick and go get my Silver Knight Legion Builder 1. All right, we're back. We've got Silver Knight Legion Builder 1 and Silver Knight Legion Builder 2. So if you were a completist, do you feel like you actually need Silver Knight Legion Builder 1? Or would you be darn happy with Silver Knight Legion Builder 2? I know you can't be complete unless you have them all. But Silver Knight Legion Builder 1, just checking him out real quick. I mean, looks like it's just cast in silver colored plastic. It's not. It is painted silver, but it's that dull. It isn't shiny. This guy, look at that shine coming off of this. There's barely any shine coming off of 1. Look, 2 is bling bling. Then we can see here, you know, the standard plume. That Silver Knight Legion Builder 2 came with 2 plumes. He's got the big, hey ladies, come check me out plume. He's got the limp plume all clumped together. Standard spear from way back when. Newer style spear. I'm gonna put him in front of put the spear in front of my head so you can see the differences. Gold spear, gold bland shield, gold bland sword, and upgrades on this guy. So if you didn't get this guy and you see it available maybe at one of the shows that the Four Horsemen are at, maybe you'll be able to get lucky and get them. Maybe retailers did their own orders for these as well from the Four Horsemen, and they decide to flip them and sell them on their site at retail. I don't know if you'll have another chance to get them. So grab them if you see them, if you want them. They are really great. You know, We just saw the armory experience coming up where you'll even be able to take pieces from the army experience and do pops and swaps with these guys. So I highly recommend. Very cool. You can easily make different versions of this knight. And hey guys, been your Action Figure Minute. Thanks for checking it out. Peace.